We're going to move forward with the show. The foundation. Welcome, y'all. I'm finna tell y'all my investment strategy for the next 2 years. All right? Now, I'm going to start off by saying, because y'all know I got to say this. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney. I don't give trading advice. I don't give investment advice. I am not a professional nothing. I'm private. I do not give legal advice. And, this is information, educational purpose only, and it may be even entertainment for you. You know what I'm saying? And if so, yippee skippy. But I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be like, oh, this is the specific stock that I'm investing in. I mean, if that's what you thought, I apologize. But we're going to break it down, right? So my investment strategy for 2021, 2022, and it's going to go further. I'm going to break it down, right? All right, let's get into this. First and foremost, I'm going to break it down, the difference, the way I look at it, between investing and saving. All right, just real quick. I know. Oh, man, you just said you was going to talk about savings. I know I pulled a fast one on you. Just real quick, I do not invest in precious metals, man. I think that is erroneous. The only way you invest in precious metals, in my opinion, is if you get those super old coins from like Rome or whatever, and it's like an ounce or a half ounce, but it's super old and dirty, and 1,000 people had it, or something silly, and you charge more for the gold or the silver than you paid. Okay, then that's kind of like an investment. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Maybe it's a business. I don't know. But I don't do that dance. I don't care if it's from Rome. I don't care if it's from China. I don't care if the Anunnaki had the gold and they hit the little vibration thing, and the gold was in the air and it turned into liquid and it spelled out my name and then hardened, and it's from 8,000 years. I don't care, man. If you're trying to charge me more than what the actual metal, the actual gold or silver is worth, you talking to the wrong player, man. Hey, nope. Son, I don't care. Hey, it's got a butterfly on it. I don't care. Oh, this one's dirty. I don't care. Give me the dirty one. Is it cheaper? Give it to me. Is it real silver? Is it real gold? Give it to me. That's the way I look at gold and silver. You can choose to look at gold and silver however you want. It's up to you. People call it numismatic and stuff. Congress only designated American Eagles, gold and silver, American Eagles, as numismatic. So, you get into the industries and it's the Poconos coin with they only made 3 of them, but I got 4 for sale, and it's got the bugaboo on it, and it got the misprint because they messed up the date. I don't care about any of that stuff, yo. Some people do. That stuff is ridiculous to me. Look, it's silver, it's gold. You say no more. We're done here. Anything else beyond that is nothing. And to me, silver and gold is not an investment. This is savings, So when people say, "Oh, I invest in gold, I invest in silver," most of the time, to me, they're talking about the spot markets, not the spot markets, but the paper markets. SLV, GLD. These are like trusts, man. These are paper contracts, man. It's not real gold or silver, man. And you can swing trade it, and it's worth 32 days today on Tuesday, and then you buy it, and then Thursday it's worth 42 when you sell it. Look, man, I'm not playing that game with silver and gold, man. I ain't got time for it. Silver and gold is savings. That's how I save. That's how my family saves. That's how private individuals and families save. We don't save in fiat currency or any type of depreciating asset. It's fundamental. It's elementary. So, I got that out the way. You know what I mean? So here we go. Investing. What am I doing in 2021? What am I doing in 2022 as far as investing? And investing is, deploying capital for the purpose of making a gain on that capital deployment, maintaining that initial capital deployment, plus creating profits off that deployment of capital. Wherever it's deployed, you can deploy capital or money into real estate. You can deploy it into stock market. You can deploy it into businesses. You can do. There's a lot of different things that you can do as far as like investments. You follow what I'm saying? The main investment I'm making is in myself first and foremost. So, perfect example. I learned how to swing trade stocks over the past. Okay, no, I'm making it sound real easy. I'm lying. Since I was, look, let's be honest. For about 10 or 12 years, one of my goals, has been to manage a fund. And not like your Wall Street fund or anything. Maybe. Not really, though. But manage a certain amount of money and have it, divested and invested in certain sectors and, in certain investments and stuff like that and grow. Be responsible for a bunch of people's or some families' money and they give it to me or my firm, and we grow their money over time, and we take a percentage off of their portfolio, quarterly and that's been a goal of mine for about 12 years. Okay, so that's the backdrop. So I've been studying the markets, and I've been studying this stuff, but like this right here is different. This is swing trading. Man, this is brand new to me, man. I'm a buy and hold guy. Oh, that looks valuable. Let's grab that. And then we're just going to sit on it, and hopefully it hatches. As far as moving around in stocks, reallocating portfolios and stuff like that, a lot of that stuff is new to me. So that's what I've been doing, I don't know, the past 6 months, and I'm telling you, I got really good at it. I always invest in myself, and the way I invest in myself is by me learning something new. And I can go on social media and scroll through and learn what you ate and learn what you thought about what you ate and see a picture of what you ate. And then scroll through and see what, Jamila said about the other sister. And then, and then fam jumps in the comments. And then they post in, the screenshots of the man, I'm learning. That's, I'm learning. But how, to me, that's not valuable. And there's nothing I can do with that information. So I don't really spend time on social media. Y'all know. If you know, if not, you don't know. But it's not really a thing. I'm more on, investing my time instead of spending my time. So I'm trying to learn stuff. So I learned how to swing trade. I'm up nicely, and I got my daughter into it. I got other people around me into it, and then I'm just telling them because I did it for a minute, made sure things were cool. That's what I usually do. And then once I started making some bread, I was like, okay, well, maybe I should help other people make some bread. So here, I'm just going to tell you, I grabbed this. You can grab it if you want, but I grabbed it type thing. And people, I got people real close to me making money. Don't hit me up asking me for trading, man, for stock tickers and stuff, dude. Don't hit me up, please. I'm not doing it. I just learned. How did I learn? I'm on YouTube. There was a guy who talks about stocks. He had a $200 course. It was on teachable.com. It was like 22 videos. I went through all the videos. Some of the videos I watched 8-9 times. I got ADD. I lost, focus, or there was something he said that I didn't quite catch, or I wanted to get it all or something. So I took like maybe 2 weeks watching these courses and stuff. And he was like, yo, you need to start doing this first. And I just started grabbing stocks, man, because I had previous experience with stocks and stuff. I, administer, a trust that has a brokerage account that has, its own brokerage account and stuff. And I've been doing that for way longer than I've been swing trading. So that's an investment I did in myself. I learned how to swing trade. Another investment I did in myself, I own a technology company. Well, I administer one, the estate owns it. But I own a technology company because I personally am betting on the continued proliferation of technology and the Internet of Things and businesses and people becoming more and more dependent on technology and not knowing how to work it. Most people, if you don't have an app or a specific setting for it, if it doesn't work after you turn it off and turn it back on, most people stop right there. They program just reboots. And they don't know where else to go and how to, troubleshoot your device, or what's wrong with your laptop, or what happened with your phone, or why is my network so slow, or how come I can't stream on this over here, and how come my Google, whatever the thing, what do they got? Google the little speaker, man, that connects to your Wi-Fi, whatever, man. They got Alexis. All this stuff is just going to continue to go and go and go. So me understanding that, I started a technology business several years ago. It's been going very well. It's something that I know. And I invest in education and things that I know, things that I understand, things that I'm passionate about, things that I like. I like tech. I love tech. I got devices everywhere, screens everywhere, tablets everywhere. I got a lot of stuff. I usually walk around with two phones. I've been trying for years to get just one phone in my pocket. But for some reason, I always usually have like two phones in my pockets, man. And I just, so I do what I know. I do what I like. So it's probably not what you wanted to hear. I'm going to get to that. But I invest in myself. I invest in my education. To me, it's one of the reasons why they took out trade schools, and there's no longer trade schools. Because if you teach someone a trade, then they can start their own business doing that trade, and I think that's very important and key to think about. So, like I said, I invest in myself. That's my education. With the tech company, I taught myself new skills. During the pandemic, I jumped on YouTube and learned some stuff. I learned several different things that can add value and revenue to the companies that I minister, and that's, to me, that's the biggest investment that you can make in 2021 and 2022. Invest in yourself. Invest in your education. Invest in learning how to do something that you don't know how to do right now that can make you some extra money. Now, I'm not saying learn how to do something, quit your job, and then go start your. Nah, man, look, if you could do it 4 hours a week, 12 hours a month, and make an extra $500 a month off of 12 hours, man, that's a start. And then try to automate that and get that going. Amazon sellers are not going anywhere. People are going to keep buying stuff off Amazon, man. They're tripping. They're making all this money. You think buying habits are going to change? I don't really think so. So learning how to be a seller on Amazon I think, should be what you do for 2021. There's all types of people offering paid classes, free classes, just on YouTube. Go on YouTube. How to be an Amazon seller. Hit enter and see what comes up. Watch a bunch of videos. Get used to it. Get an understanding of it. What does it take? What are the costs? What are the different components with regards to being an Amazon seller? What do I need to do? What do I need to, what I'm saying? Watch a bunch of free videos. And then once you watched a bunch of free videos, 4, 8 hours or 10 hours worth of videos, you get to the point where all the videos, you're pretty much hearing the same thing. Okay, then I know that all the people who were doing videos, who was the person that you resonated with the most, who spoke in a language that you understood, who, you picked it up pretty quick. Now go see if they offer any type of courses or some private classes. $100, $200, man, pay that money, man. It's going to be your best investment you'll ever make. And these people are doing courses. They're getting money off ad revenue. They got, man, look. This is how I learned. This is how I invest in myself. Private education, investing in my private education is the best investments I've ever made in my life, hands down. And obviously, you need to be strategic about the investment that you make in your private education, but that's it right there, So other investments, honestly, I'm working on this, these swing trades, like I said, short term in the stock market, I'm long term as well as far as, the brokerage account. I don't think, the stock market is going anywhere. So, just being able to make them those correct choices. But let's get real. Realistically, I'm looking to, in 2021, in the next 8 to 16 months, I'm looking to get, hands on some residential real estate, like a fourplex or something. I think that's important. Land. Looking to get some land with nothing on it in the next year or so. I don't care if it's an acre, 3 acres, 4 acres. I don't care. I'm gonna do my best to get it close to or on a water source, but I'm looking to get some land real quick, and just buy and hold that joint. The Creator is not making no more land, if so, it's not on this planet. And the things that I've been seeing going on with land lately, and just learning this stuff was with the trading in the stocks, I'm able to look at different things differently, and then just seeing the trend, the overall trend with the value of land over the past 25, 30 years. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. We're talking about me, a financial endowment. If you're not familiar with a financial endowment, that's another plan. It's another one of my financial investment strategies. Financial endowment is hospital, universities, typically. You have a trust or a family foundation. Make a donation to the institution, the hospital, university, of a certain amount of money, and they deposit it into an account that they have access to. These institutions, hospitals, universities have access to accounts that do 15, 25, 40% returns on these accounts. And, they deposit the donation that, my private estate makes. And then we negotiate a contract on how the interest is going to be split off of that endowment. And that interest, that split on the interest, is interest that's paid for life, because the trust never dies, the family foundation never dies, and the institution, whether it's in a hospital or universities, I mean, them things been around forever. And, typically hospital will be bought out by another hospital, but the endowments, all of the assets and stuff goes along with it. So it just rolls over. And these things are, a family wealth vehicle that I've learned of in the past couple of years that I've been, steadily working towards establishing a financial endowment with my, my family trust, or my family's private family foundation, or my family's trust. And you can only do it with a trust or a foundation or a public charity, because those entities never die. So this is for me, this is a big boy investment. The big pants, with the boots on investment, and it's really forward thinking as far as I'm concerned. Forward thinking in the aspect of, this investment, this endowment will be paying the estate dividends annually until much longer after I'm not here. And the cool thing about endowments that I've learned is that, there's usually a threshold or a certain amount that must be donated or placed into the fund to get it open. So you got to have a certain amount to start it off. But once you do that, once you get that certain amount, most endowments allow for you to add after it's established any amount. So if it's $25,000, let's just say, to create an endowment with your local university or hospital. Once you create that endowment, you can add to it at any time. $25, $100, $1,000, $5, whatever. Once you got it established, the family can add to it any time. Now, there are tax benefits to to financial endowments, and like I said, this is for me. This big pants, big boots. You know what I'm saying? Big spoon dance. And it's really, for me, it's really something that I really, really strive for. In 2021, 2022. It's legacy. It's multi-generational wealth. It's for the beneficiaries. And it's just one of those things that I can get established while I'm here, that will remain established after I'm gone, will continue to pay the estate and provide for the beneficiaries after I'm gone. Financial endowment, I mean, I'm sold. So that's a large part of my investment strategy for 2021. 2022 is establish this endowment. And I'm saying I'm putting it out in the air. I'm putting it out over the air, so that my word will not come back to me void. But yeah, that's a big deal. And I encourage you to look into financial endowments. I encourage you to contact your local hospital or university and say, hey, can I speak to whoever you would transfer me to with regards to the donor department? And then when you get the donor department, just say, hey, I'm a trustee or, a representative of an estate, and we are looking for information regarding your endowments, financial endowments, and just shut up and listen. And you will learn a lot. And then ask them, hey, once we get the endowment established, can we add to the endowment? And is there a limitation or a maximum after we get it established, how much we have to add to it? And just shut up and listen. You will learn something new that you've never even had a concept of before. And I think that's very important. So, yeah, as far as, other investments, I'm watching for, commercial real estate, looking for, if there's going to be any type of really some flash sales. A lot of these businesses are not coming back. A lot of new businesses are not going to be looking for commercial real estate. So I'm looking for distressed owners, underwater owners and stuff, see if we can scoop something up for, a nice deal. I'm also looking to partner with some people to do this. I'm not looking to do this by my own. And that's another thing. I'm looking to invest in a team in 2021, 2022. I've gotten as far as I can by myself. I know it. It is what it is. So, investing in other people, investing in good people and good relationships, it's time for me to do that again and get back on that. And I have been doing that. But as far as any other investments, I'm looking to grab your silver and your gold when you sell it. And like I said, I don't consider it an investment. I consider that savings. But I always got money to throw into some savings. That's how I feel. Hey, I always got money to save. Because I look at savings as the quasi paying myself. How they say pay yourself first. So that's how I look at it. And with regards to the private estate, and the private estate, the precious metals are part of the retirement services of the trustees. I hope you caught that. I'm gonna say it again. Part of the private estate, contractually, the precious metals are part of the retirement services for the trustees that serve on the board. It's a little fringe benefits. But yeah, I'm going hard. In the stock market. This is the melt up. I would suggest if you get some good training, if you're going to do it. But this is part of the wealth transfer. What part of the wealth transfer is going to happen in the stock market? Part of it's going to happen with precious metals. Part of it's going to happen with land, in real estate and property. Part of it's going to happen with different types of tangible assets. Classic cars, things of that nature. I heard California said by 2025 or 2020 something that they're no longer going to allow gasoline cars to be registered. So y'all can get ahead of that. We're about to see this influx of green energy. So you can imagine the value of these 69 Challengers and Chargers and stuff like that. These these old classic muscle cars is going to skyrocket. You got one in your garage and you wrenching on it, homie. Keep it, wrench on it, make it look nice. Because we about to see a bunch of millionaires. I read a report that there's, as of 2019, there's 52 million different millionaires on the earth. And every year of that report, there's more millionaires. Right now, there's 52 million of them. Next year, there's going to be more. I'm looking to be one of the new ones, player. Straight up a read. And, hey, what are you looking to do? I'm looking to help you do your dance. Regardless of what, I just want to be clear. I'm not a professional investor. If we were to meet, let's say we're standing in line at the car wash or something, and we strike up a conversation, and you're like, "Hey man, how you doing?" Like, hey, yo. You're like, oh, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. And we get into conversation. We start talking about what we do for a living. And you're like, well, what do you do for a living? What I tell people, when, you know, face to face, what I tell them, I'm a private consultant. I primarily focus on corporate structure and private wealth management. I'm a private consultant. I focus on corporate structure and private wealth management. What that means is I'm not the guy you come to about making money. You know, I'm the guy you come to about properly structuring your entities to get money and properly structuring your entities in the state to keep money. That's the guy I come to. That's the guy I come to. That's the guy that I am if you come to me. So like a lot of people say, hey, so how I get money? I don't know, man. I'm still trying to figure out how to get bread. You know, of course. You know, I'm good. You know, I'm not hurting. You know, I'm not a multi-millionaire, but definitely not broke. Not even close to it. But do I have the sauce? Nah, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, a lot of the stuff that I feel like happened to me in my life was luck or circumstance or somebody looking out, ancestors, the creator. I don't know. I'm to a point where it's like, man, I don't even know how I do it. But I'm not the guy to come to is like, hey, man, how am I going to make money? What should I do to invest? I know a lot of people have been asking me. I've been getting emails. People have been asking me, yo, what are you doing for 2021? How are you investing? I'm doing the same thing I've been doing. I'm what you call a safe investor. I'm not a gambler. I don't like it. I don't like losing money. You know, me losing, the losses are more, how do I say this? Me losing $5 is a bigger deal for me than me winning 100. I know it may sound weird, but if I put some money down on the table and I won $100, I'm like, hey, that's what's up. But in proportion, if I put $5 down and lost the $5, it would not be equal. It would not be proportionate. I would be more upset about losing $5 than I would be happy about winning 100. Does that make sense? That's the way I am. I'm a safe kind of guy. I come from not having anything. Now that I got it, I want to keep it. You understand what I'm saying? Corporate structure, private wealth management. That's me. So as far as my investment strategy, it may be completely off. Probably has nothing to do with you. It's probably stupid. You're probably like, man, I just wasted my time listening to this fool. But if you didn't waste your time, you know, that's what's up. Most of us don't have a big portfolio or a bunch of money to throw at the stock market or, you know, into certain investments or something. We start small. We gotta add little by little. But one of the things that I've noticed, I'm gonna tell you, the more money you get, the more money you get. Follow what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to get money. Don't be afraid of abundance. Because, you know, that's what it is. And, you know, when you get the money, you got to learn how to keep it. You know, I say it all the time. I don't care how much money you make. It's all about how much money you keep. And that's what's important as far as I'm concerned. Hey, we got about 40 seconds left in the broadcast. If you're listening online, you want to call in. It's 563-999-3625. Otherwise, you will be disconnected. You will have to wait and listen to the podcast. I'm going to stream a little. But that's what it is. So, you know, I've never been into anything. You say, so what you plan, investments? Look, I'm going to just keep doing the savings dance. I'm looking to get my hands on a fourplex, you know, 8 to 16 months. And I'm looking to do this endowment, this financial endowment with this, you know, it's probably going to be a university. But, you know, it's probably going to be a university. But might be a hospital. Who knows? But that's where I'm at. That's probably not where most people are at. But if you are, hey, man, that's what's up. But, you know, that's it, y'all. You know, you do what you know. That's what I would say. What are you good at? What do you know right now? Invest in yourself. Learn some more. The more you learn. Last week's show, those with knowledge get richer with the rich. It's not a game. It's not some special little weird saying to get into the back. It's real, like for real. And the acquiring of knowledge is to me a very noble task. And it's not gonna do anything but allow you more opportunities, more options, and more availability. And you will surprise yourself with the things that you're capable of. You just gotta try. I know you because I know myself. You just gotta try. Just get out your head and just try. And understand that it's not gonna be 100% super duper dope the whole time. There's gonna be ups, there's gonna be downs. Perseverance, dedication, and consistency wins more times than anything else. Talent, cool factor, a lot of that stuff doesn't matter next to consistency, dedication, and perseverance. So that's what it is, y'all. Should I take a couple calls or should I be out? I kind of want to be out, but I ain't take no calls last week, did I? I didn't. I don't even have to ask you. I know the answer. You hate when people ask you a question they know the answer? I hate that, man. I can't stand when someone asks me a question and I know you already know the answer. You ever had them people in your life, you know what I'm saying? You in the kitchen, you got the fridge open, right? You reach in, you grab the water, you pull the water out, you go in to grab a cup, they walk in the kitchen and say, you about to drink some water? You ever have with some people like that? Man, look, I think everybody got people like that. Ask you, man, look, you see what I'm doing. You see I'm about to drink some water. But no, I'll take some phone calls. I'm in a good mood. I had a pretty chill week. Man, I'm telling y'all, hey, I'm not telling you anything. Just invest in your private education. Let me take a call or two. Let me jump out here with 980 area code. Yeah, let me holler at you. 980-9177. Trying to holler at you. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace. Can you hear me?
I can. Peace.
Hey, good evening. I'm so ill. It's my first time listening, first time calling. So I'm an insurance broker. You mentioned the endowment, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I know just like a bank where they have this insurance type of insurance that gains cash value over time that they put aside for their key people, their executives, called key person insurance, where in the case, the executive does some kind of finagling or something, he walks away with what they call a golden parachute, and they put certain funds into these policies that allow them to build cash value very quickly. And it's not an investment, it's a savings. So I'm using that to say, just like any insurance policy, just like we were saying, you were investing, you would be willing to put a savings or start a savings through an endowment through either in a hospital or a university or some other charity. I'm pretty sure those companies are utilizing insurance policies the same way as banks. And so when you pay into them, you're essentially paying into a family-owned or a family-created product through savings product through that entity or that institution. You can probably do on your own through an insurance policy. I know with most insurance policies that earn what's called cash value, which is just interest on what you pay. So if you pay money into a policy that earns what's called cash value, there's a certain amount you cannot or exceed in that limit paying into that policy, or it will be turned into an endowment. So I just wanted to open the door to that, because just as you were paying one of those those universities or hospitals, you could probably just get your own policy. It'd be like a bank, you know, be like a financial institution, and you can do it yourself. But that could be an option in addition to, you know, taking out a savings and making and ensuring that endowment outlasts you, sort of like an annuity type, just through another institution. So I just wanted to throw that out.
Wow, yeah. I mean, that's very astute. You said you were an insurance broker?
I'm an insurance broker. Yeah, I broker deals through different companies. I was on High Frequency one time. I did a show with Yusuf on Infinite. It's called Infinite Banking at the time. But when you mentioned the word endowment, that opened up that memory in my brain, and I wanted to throw that out there.
So, as far as the life insurance and the key man insurance or key person insurance and the you talking about BOLI, right? Or something very similar like bank owned life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree with you that you know, the endowment would be in addition to life insurance policies. And I like the endowment because, you know, in addition to the policy, I'm saying that you're absolutely correct is what I'm saying. And I'm going to say it on the air that, you know, the sis is correct. In my case, our state, we have insurance policies. So the next step for us would be to, you know, move into an endowment or get some more policies. But my reasoning for establishing an endowment is the insurance policies upon death, you know, they disperse the death benefit and then it's a wrap. Whereas with the endowment, you know, even after death, the endowment is still paying. But you're absolutely right. You know, whole life insurance policies, dividend paying, cash value, you're 100% absolutely right. And yes, you cannot add too much to them. Otherwise, they become a modified endowment contract and you lose tax benefits. And you are absolutely right. Now,
I will say one more thing about paying off after that. Most of the people don't understand life insurance policies are life insurance. Yeah. But the way you structure it, just like in anything that you know about structuring, you structure it in a way that it will allow that continuation of policy or death benefit or payout even after you're long gone. And it's just a matter of adding certain features to the policy to make it do what you want it to do and still be under the umbrella of being a tax-free product. So it's just all about structure. And but it can be a valuable addition to anybody's savings plan. One thing about it, you're not going to lose anything.
I would go so as far. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just going to say back in the day, people use the endowment the same way states use these 529 plans today. They're just setting up an endowment or a 529 plan, which is just an endowment under the state, and having people to put money into that so they can make money in their coffers. Back in the day, the endowment was used like a college fund for children, babies when they were born. And that way, even if the child didn't go to college, that money is still available. So when you say the endowment, that's going way back. That's going way old school for me. But it's a lot of advantages to it. So
there's a lot of advantages.
That you brought that up, and it's good that you, and I'm glad that you brought that up when I got to be the first time on the show.
I appreciate you. Yeah, first time calling in. I appreciate because I think that endowments. I think whole life insurance policies with cash value that you can borrow against. I think saving in precious metals. I think these are foundational principles that we should be talking about all the time. I feel like these types of conversations should be every day and nothing special. You know, someone run up on you, hey man, you heard about endowment? Like, yeah, what you mean? You was talking about that? My grandma was talking about endowments when I was 7. You know, that's what I'm looking to. At least be a proponent and a catalyst to, you know, to push for, you know, that to be a part of our culture. You know, endowments, life insurance. I feel like if 50% of our young brothers and sisters had life insurance policies, I feel like a lot of the police killings would stop and really slow down. Because, I mean, how many of these companies are owned or subsidiary or some way affiliated with the same companies that insure the police and municipalities and stuff like that? And I just look at this stuff different. But I'm really, you know, working to get this type of conversation to be more mainstream in our you know, in our culture, you know, with us. But yeah, I think an endowment, I think that is, when I learned about endowments, I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I was angry for a second because they keep this information from us. They really do. And I got to talk to, you know, a sister like you who works in insurance, or, you know, someone who works in the industry, you know, for them to confirm it. But they learned it because, you know, they're like, you learned it. I'm just not to assume, but I'm assuming that you learned it because you're in insurance and, you know, you're familiar with these types of things. But it's not, my grandma didn't teach me this stuff. And that's what I'm pushing for. I think it should be more common for our families to be dealing in these types of things, because I studied wealthy families for a long time. And this is where I found endowments. The Rockefellers helped set up, it was an endowment to Atlanta Seminary or whatever, to Atlanta Seminary, to I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head. Gave an endowment to that. It was a college to help them keep their same-sex status. And the college, in honor of Rockefeller's endowment, they renamed the college Spelman College after Rockefeller's wife, because that was her maiden name, Spelman. And Morehouse is Rockefeller's pastor and business partner's last name. And they were heavily endowed by Rockefeller. So, and a lot of schools were set up through endowments by Rockefeller. And he was credited for donated over 80% of his wealth. And what he did is he donated to his own charities and foundations and structures that he set up, and different schools that he set up endowments in and stuff. So I had to study to learn this stuff. You know, you had to, you know, learn a specific, you know, trade. And that's the part that kind of pushes me to, you know, share this information with people, you know. So I definitely appreciate you calling in and saying that and touching on that. And do you help people get insurance policies, or do you broker between companies and like companies and companies?
Yeah, I still on an individual level. Yeah, but I just thought I had read somewhere one time that any university, just back in like 30s, any university that did not include a university or a medical school in their college or their university was not going to get any funding from Rockefeller. So it's interesting that hospitals and universities are amongst the major players for these endowment funds. We assume a wealth of putting money into these different entities, hospitals and universities. So I didn't know that about Spelman.
Yeah. Check it out. Yeah, research it. I was like, wow. When I learned it, I was like, wow.
Where did you get that information? I mean, I'm gonna put it in here. just put it in.
Say it again. You kind of breaking up. I'm sorry.
I was wondering where you got that information about Spelman. That was interesting.
I don't remember because I found a report that Congress did because Congress did an investigation on foundations, the Carnegie and Rockefeller foundations, and they came back and was talking about how much power that they were wielding through the industries that they controlled and through the donations that they were making through their foundations, that they were gonna, what did they say? That they would soon control the education system and the social services of the country. And this was back in like 1930s or something. But it was like a congressional report that led me to the endowments because they were talking about their foundation. I was like, foundations? So I started looking into their foundations, and the General Education Board, and which later became the Board of Education. John Dewey, the Progressive Education Association, or the PEA, which was heavily endowed by Rockefeller. I just followed the money from like the 20s, but I can't remember off the top of my head what the name of that congressional report was. But I wonder if you can just do a Google search or look on Wikipedia or something. I don't think that that's like hidden information where the names came from. But yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. A congressional report. The Congress, like, they did an investigation on these guys. It was kind of serious. But yeah, I'm sorry. I can't. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the name of the report.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate it. If you don't mind, if you do set up policies, if you don't mind, maybe I can call you off air in the next day or so, because I teach trust administration in the private, and a lot of trustees are looking to set up their insurance policies, their life insurance policies and stuff. So if you're interested, maybe we can connect and work something out. Or not. Now it works too. But, have a great night. And thanks for calling in. Appreciate it. Okay. What we doing? 214. Let me holler at you. 214-2375. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace. It's Deontay. I knew you were going to catch me on party time with this little boy in here. Definitely wanted to shout out the sister that just called in on the insurance policies, and that's a good thing. Pull it up. And, awesome specifically for her to be kind of networking in right on time, divine timing, as far as you talking about investments and her being involved in insurance. So that was super duper duper cool. I thought. It's good. Mm-hmm. Thanks, pull up. And, okay. And definitely want to touch base on the endowment portion of it, with specifically reaching out to some of the state schools and universities. I know I've talked about this with you on air a couple of times, but they got some really, really cool stuff as far as you being able kind of to direct what you want your money to go to. And that's another thing in the back. Not the back. In your fingers. As far as being able to, like, I've got an aquatics background with swimming and stuff like that. So if I want to go set one up, and I shouldn't say if I want to, but spoke with one lady about a year ago today about setting one up for getting an aquatics program going for them and all of that stuff. And it was like, yeah, you can absolutely do that. Like, basically, you give us this money, but you can kind of direct where it goes and what it's spent to, in addition to getting something back on it. And that, after you get to a certain tier, as far as putting, your family name on it, at least that's what the line was that I got from her.
Yeah, I mean that's how it works. Deanships, professorships, and chairs, in universities, colleges, all are funded by the endowments. If you go to a college or a university and you see African American studies or you see Islamic studies, the college or university is not paying for that curriculum to be taught. It is a private family or organization that's paying for that curriculum to be taught. So endowments run everything. I mean, the educational system is controlled through financial endowments. That's why we only know what we know, because we went to the schools that were heavily endowed by wealthy individuals and wealthy families to, keep us where we are, so we're not competing with their families. So yeah, endowments, those things are very powerful, and yeah, you can do it pretty much anything with an endowment. You just cannot discriminate. You can't say, hey, this is only for minorities. Only minorities can get this money. You can't do that. You gotta, statutorily, these hospitals, these universities, they come under statute, and there's no discrimination, with regards to race, color, creed, religion, and so on and so forth. But yeah, absolutely, you can establish an endowment, and that endowment can pay for any curriculum, ping pong class or whatever. Hey, that's the offer. People sign up. If people don't sign up, then they'll call you and they'll say, hey, we're not really getting a good response for this, this initiative. We want to, maybe modify the program, and so that your family investment is going towards something that's being utilized. So maybe let's get into this or let's get into that, and they'll sit there and talk to you and stuff like that. Yeah, these things are powerful. Endowments are no joke. They're no joke at all. None. Zero. So yeah, I mean, I think, if you're going to set up a curriculum, that's how you do it. The Rockefeller, they showed me how to do it. The Carnegies and Rockefellers, they showed me how to do it. Like, this is how you do it. And then they can't touch you because if you're using your own private family foundation, it's a contract and it doesn't fall under state jurisdiction. So they can't, what they going to do?
Absolutely. One other thing, since you said the names again, do you have any knowledge or information on the Vanderbilt? Because they were huge on reforming education as well.
Yeah. As far as their money, they recently had a reunion, and it was like, I want to say like 50 or 200 heirs of the Vanderbilt family came together, and none of them were millionaires.
You think that's by structure and design, though?
Yeah. Not design. I think it's from lack of structure, or maybe lack of proper administration of the structure, and the structure got away from the family members, which happens all the time. Like, you'll see family trusts.
There we go.
You'll see family trusts or family foundations where the heirs weren't interested in learning how to administer the entities, the trusts or whatever, and professionals came in and it was a rap rizzle. I've seen it all the time. Like, oh, family trust, huh? And then go investigate the trust, and nobody from the family has anything to do with the trust. Like, oops, yeah, that happens. So I would say that, huh?
Go ahead, you say.
I would just say, loss of, lack of structure, proper structure by, the patriarch, the Vanderbilt patriarch, or improper administration and loss of control due to, successive generations and misadministration.
That's what my studies led me to. It was exactly that. It was loss of control due to improper administration.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if you got plans for next week's show, but maybe that's something you can tap into. The one other thing I wanted to talk to you about is I was looking at some crazy conspiracy stuff, and they were talking about how the 5 largest university endowments could literally give like the next 10 years worth of students free education, housing, books, and I forget what the other thing was, but like basically they could let respectively about 50,000 people per university roll through there for free.
I saw that. I saw that on Harvard. I didn't see it on anything else, but I saw that on Harvard. They could pay the faculty. They could expand.
Yep.
They could pay the tuition for all of the students and do something else just with their endowments. But they won't, because endowments, those are contractual, and that's not the purpose of the endowment. That type of writing, man, is you got informative writing and you got persuasive writing. And if you're able to discern what you're looking at, if you're looking at, this is a persuasive piece or this is an informative piece, you can understand, like, okay, so what are they trying to inform me, or what are they attempting to persuade me to, and that is more of a persuasive to kind of, in my opinion, to kind of get people to kind of negative optics on the rich, I guess. But most people don't understand that, we can pay for all this stuff, but it actually can't, and this is a moot point and actually redundant, because the contract will never allow for such a thing, and an endowment was never set up for anything like that. So it's just like, I don't know, it's like saying, hey, the United States can print enough dollars to pay for everyone's debts on the planet. I mean, technically and theoretically that's true, but that's not what the United States is for. You know what I mean? But these things are big. These are big things. These are big things. A good book to read is Undue Influence by David Margolick, Margolick. Undue Influence. It's
Will you say that one more time? Undue Influence. UNDUE. Influence by David Margolick. 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 And it's basically the battle over the Johnson & Johnson fortune. It's some crazy stuff, man. Yeah, we're all boys set it up for people that hadn't been born yet.
Yeah, I mean, man, private contract is amazing. It's one of them things you got to see it to believe it. You got to, it's just one of them dances. But yeah, man, it's. I can only scratch the surface on these shows, and then even in training, because, people in the training are on different levels. But, man, when it comes to this private stuff, people have no idea. You have an idea. I know you do, Dante, but most, people have no idea the power of the private, man. Crazy.
Yeah, that was really ridiculous. And the one other thing I wanted to say was, thank you and shout out to you for getting me into, not really back into reading, but reading stuff of substance, because what another thing you just said, as far as being informative versus persuasive, going reading, fiction books and blah, 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 what is that really doing for your time here? Like, as you would say before you dust this, this dust off your soul before you shake it off.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely got into some, just keep it really simple, some wavelength stuff where, different wavelengths hit, but you get that dialed into a laser.
Right.
And, shorten up those wavelengths, like a lot of way more influential stuff happens. And I just want to definitely thank you and High Frequency for y'all's efforts. And, Yusuf uses usually a little more colorful language than you do, but y'all have both been both informative and persuasive at the same time, and being persuasive about becoming informed.
Yeah, man. You what?
Can't shout you out enough for that.
I mean, I always try to be honest, because this is how I truly feel. I'm not saying this. This ain't no PR or nothing. Man, it's not me, man. It's the Creator and the ancestors, man. I don't even know. Sometimes I just start talking and stuff just goes. But I mean, respect, man. I mean, it's hey, if you can pick up what I'm putting down, then that's beautiful, because I have no problem telling no one that when I was in 7th grade and I lived with my dad and my stepmom, I had friends that I would not let come to my house because I had roaches and we were poor. And there was times where I didn't know if I was going to go home and not be able to turn on the lights because there was no power. These things are a part of me, and it's a part of us. And I think being able to describe these experiences, but also being able to describe what took me from there to here is one of the biggest things I can do for the audience, the high frequency audience, is to make it relatable and personable. Because man, I had roaches. I wouldn't let the homies come through. I was embarrassed. We were super poor. I had to rotate 2.5 outfits for 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? And figure it out. Had no iron. I had to lift the mattress up and crease my pants and put the mattress down and go to sleep. So I had to crease like everybody else did at school. But where I'm at right now, would have never thought, would have never known. It's just when I decided, when I was sitting at that restaurant in Paris, fam, with these other Europeans, and it was a brother. I didn't really speak too good of French. It was a brother came up. We're talking numbers and stuff. The brother come up to take our order. You know what I'm saying? He looked like it could have been my uncle, man. And the way these dudes treated this dude, man, I made a decision. I made a straight up decision that I want to do business with my people everywhere I go in the world, my people in the lowest economic position, and I want to do something to change that. And in order to do business with my people, they need to know the things that I know about how to do business. And that's what the foundation is. So me being able to tell this stuff to y'all is like, man, it's not me. I'm not special. I'm not nothing. Nothing. In my opinion, just like y'all, fears, doubts, all this other stuff, I just have experiences, and I have times where I've sat there, and been super scared, scared almost to tears. All types of voices in my head telling me, don't do it, you're going to die, you're going to kill yourself, everybody's going to laugh at you, you're going to lose everything, and have fought through that and experienced positive results so many times to know that these voices in my head, most of them are talking crap, talking bullshit, not even true. It's fear, it's doubt, and I just want to help people see the other side of all that fear and doubt and shame, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful over here. And I feel I'm blessed. I'm honored. I don't deserve it. But if I can help y'all get over here, man, it's great. It's a wonderful thing. And that's what it is. So I'm going to talk about endowments. I'm going to talk about life insurance. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about private trust. I'm going to keep talking about this stuff. I'm going to talk about how they're locking down financial transactions. I'm going to talk about how they're going to go digital. I'm going to talk about how they're going to try to take away your rights. How the World Economic Forum is saying you will own nothing and be happy. How rich Europeans took control of the school system back in the 30s. And that's why you were born into this stuff multiple generations, and it's not your fault. You're not stupid. You're not slow. None of this stuff that you believe or you've been taught. And we need to get beyond this in order to get to the other side. And I'm telling y'all, it's great over here. It's stressful over here. Sometimes, hey, you be wondering or so, but it's a beautiful thing to be like, man, I don't know if, the earnings report on this, on these companies is going to be proper to where the dividends are going to be able to take care of this bill the way it used to last year because of pandemic. and be like, well, it doesn't matter because there's a life insurance policy in the name of the trust with cash value over $50,000. That is you never understand what it feels like to be good, even when you feel like you're not good, but you're good. Sit back and just think, oh man, I got money. Oh, we got the savings, we got precious metals. Then think about that. Oh, we got the cash value in the life insurance policy. Dang, didn't think about that. When you take out a mortgage on your home and you got children and stuff and you're stressed because you know that they depend on you. If something happens to you, the lights go off, the mortgage doesn't get paid, child services is going to come try to take them and throw them in some foster home with some Europeans or something. But when you have life insurance and you know that the death benefit of that policy can more than take care of the mortgage outstanding on his property, and that more than likely they're not going to lose it, you sleep different at night. You feel different on your way to work when you're driving. Your life changes when you start putting this information into action. This information will change your life, and it will change the quality of your life. But the biggest thing is working past that fear, that shame, that doubt, and taking action and doing some shit that you didn't even know you were supposed to do, could do, don't even know how to. Just being able to be like, you know what, shrug your shoulders and like, I'm going to go try it. Because even if you run out there and trip and fall and everybody laugh at you, those people laugh and none of them are out there doing it. None of them. Little sissy sitting over there laughing at you, but they ain't out there trying to do it. And I think that's the most important thing, to think about. And I'm ranting, bruh. I'm ranting. But, all that just to say, hey, I feel like I'm just playing my part, I got assigned to a post, and I'm standing my post, man. But I appreciate you. I appreciate, you've been down with the foundation for a long time, Deontay. So I definitely appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I'm going to have to jump on you a little bit because you can say that you're nothing and all that you want to, but the one thing that I've noticed, and I'm going to call you two words, I'm going to say that you're very consistent and you're very authentic, and that's what makes you relatable. And that's something that really seems like is a completely dead breed, like an extinct, animal after the last of us go, because, you live life long enough, like you end up finding out some of the truest and realest really aren't. And I just appreciate you for at least as long as, I've been hearing your messages that you've been putting out. Like, you've been consistent, you've been authentic, and that's what makes it relatable, because a lot of people won't say I was too poor to have homeboys over. They won't say, when I was coming home from school, I didn't know if we were going to have electricity, gas, water, if it was going to be another moldy meat mayonnaise sandwich day. And, while everybody that you listen to might not relate to that, the ones that do, or even the ones that don't, can still feel the authenticity in the way that you present it. You're not reading that from a script. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I just appreciate you getting out there.
I'm just agreeing with you, man. I'm sorry. I said, yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, that's it. Like, big ups to you. Big up to you, Spell, the whole high frequency, family, the foundation family. Like, you're doing big things, and it might take a while, but the actions that you decided, I guess, at that restaurant in France, like, I hope they echo to eternity and they come back to you, multiple fold, while you're still here on this plane to enjoy it.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. The same for you. I feel like, anyone who, has a concern for, their brother or their sister, is a noble man, an honorable man, a noble sister, an honorable brother, and I consider you, noble and honorable. So, that means a lot coming from you. So I appreciate that, fam. Very, very humbling, brother. Thank you. If I could, I'd probably be, all red in the face, but hey, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But, I appreciate that, man. Definitely do.
Bars, I completely do.
But yeah, that's what's up, man.
That's all I had, man. Peace to you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for calling in, brother. Definitely appreciate it. Talk to you soon, man. Enjoy yourself. Peace. I know you're taking care of the little one, man. And, you know, that's one of the most honorable things you can do is, you know, be the best parent you can be. I think that's the number one job on this planet. I don't care what else you're doing. You know, you could be the best stockbroker. You could be the best, you know, window washer. I don't care. If you ain't putting everything into, you know, being a parent, being an educator, being a teacher, you know, so I respect, you know, I respect that. I respect the parents. Shout out to the mothers and the fathers, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And, you know, shout out to you for checking out this show this long, man. Y'all could be doing anything, you know. Hey, a lot of things you could be doing, a lot of things on your phone you could be into, online, Netflix, you know, Disney Plus, ESPN, all that stuff. But, you know, you're checking out the show, you're looking at my investment strategy for 2021, 2022. It wasn't anything revolutionary, I don't believe. You're not going to run out and make $1 million next week. That's not the point. The point is to, you know, get properly structured, to understand what, you know, an investment is versus what saving is, understand what spending is versus what investment is, and understand that the biggest investment that you can make is that investment in yourself. Investment in knowledge, actionable, exercisable skills that you can use to generate another source of income, no matter how large or small. It doesn't matter. Anybody who talks anything, slap him in the mouth. They ain't got nothing to say to you. Ain't their business. Tell them mind their business. Slap them in the mouth. Mind your business. Don't make me slap you again. And you just do your dance. Just do your dance. You know, invest in your private education. You learning what you feel is valuable, and then converting that value into assets. It's the name of the game. It's the name of the game. Appreciating assets. Don't get fancy with it. I just suggest that you know, slow and steady wins the race. But, you know, I'm going to tell you what my mentor told me. Doesn't matter how much you make. It's all about how much you keep. And if you're not properly structured, you can go home and sleep. So, you know, invest in your private education. Maybe the first thing that you do is jump into trustee training. Maybe the first thing that you do is email me, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. You say, hey, so what's up with this trustee training I keep hearing about? And then we take it from there. You know, it'll change your life. I can definitely say that. It will change your life. Trustee training will change your life for the good. And you will be tested, your life. I don't know if it's in your relationship, with your money, something. Everyone who gets into trustee training, they're tested somehow. They have some sort of issue. And most people who get into trustee training, they overcome that issue and they move forward. And some get into that issue and they give up and they say, hey, I'll come back, I'll circle back, blah, blah, blah. Not understanding that before you are rewarded, you are tested. It's just a natural law. It's a phenomenon. But maybe that investment is in your private education and learning how to administer your private estate, set it up, structure it properly outside of the jurisdiction of the cannibalistic taxing authority of the state. You can properly hold and administer the wealth that you exchange from your energy and life into this physical realm, and it be held by a private contract entity for the benefit of your beneficiaries, not someone else's, and do your dance. 100% life insurance policies, private family banking through life insurance policies, velocity banking, financial endowments, private placement accounts, IPOs, initial public offerings. A lot of things you can do with these types of structures. Email me, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It matters how much you keep. Jump into this trustee training. Learn how to trade. Learn how to build bird houses. Learn how to, make healthy, nutritious soil out of black or really brown, messed up soil. Learn how to do something that is valued, and you will add wealth to your life. Then you got to, maybe first you'll learn how to keep it, and that's trustee training. So, hey, y'all have a great week. Enjoy yourself. There's a lot of stuff going on, but, stay centered. It doesn't have to be about you. Look, everything that's going on, whether it's, someone driving real close to you behind you or driving real slow in front of you, or to the way Anthony is acting, in the break room, all of that, especially the negative stuff, is offer and acceptance. All of life is offer and acceptance. You make a choice whether you accept this specific transaction, this specific energy, this specific person, whatever, this specific scenario. You decide whether you accept it. He riding all slow. That's an offer for you to get upset at them riding slow in front of you. Are you going to accept that offer and raise your blood pressure? Me personally, I do not accept those types of offers. I decline them, thank you. I keep my blood pressure low. I be chilling, throw on some jazz or whatever I need to do to keep my mood the way I want it. You understand what I'm saying? Take my power back from that fool driving in front of me, from that fool in the break room at my job just getting on my nerves every day. I no longer accept that offer for you to get on my nerves anymore. Thanks. Appreciate it. The sanctity of my mind is very important. So should yours be. And, for the rest of this week, be very careful of the offers that you accept. Wake up, after this show, whatever you do, look at the world a little differently. Try to identify the offers that you're offered every day and how the different offers, and are you going to accept? If I ride by you and say, nigger, that's an offer, are you about to accept that? It's up to you. Let's pay attention. The sanctity of the mind is most important. We need our mind clear and in good, scenario parameters in order to make the most prosperous decisions, in order to give the most love to the people that we care about. You see where I'm going? So watch the offers that you accept. Make sure that you enjoy yourself this week. Make sure that you invest in yourself in 2021 and 2022. And make sure that you check out welcometothefoundation.com, education tab, passport, no social, Foundation Trust series, Foundation Trust primer, free PDFs. You can email me, get into the private trustee training. You can set up a private consultation, welcometothefoundation.com. But I want y'all to work on your fear. Work on your fear. I want you to work on your shame. Work on your shame. Work on your fear. And that doubt. That voice in your head telling you that you ain't going to make, you can't do it, they're going to laugh. Work on that. Start whooping on that voice. And tonight and every night, I want you to say 10 things that you're thankful for before you go to sleep. Because it matters. And I'm going to catch you next week here on the hottest radio network on the planet, High Frequency Radio Network. I'm your host, Sot. This is The Foundation. It has been a pleasure. Enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. I'll catch you next time, player. Peace to the gods. Catch you next week. Peace.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.